Hi, as usual, I'm Jesse. Welcome back to my channel, JaffyDuck Productions. Today we are going to be recapping and reviewing Arrow Season 6, Episode 11, We Fall. It aired on January 25th, 2018. Summary is, Caden James ups the ante by launching his plan to take control of every aspect of the city. Despite the scope of Caden's plan, Oliver is determined to foil it with just the original Team Arrow, and without the aid of Renee, Dinah, or Curtis. But things get complicated when William is endangered as a result of Caden's handiwork. So, yes, that's a fairly accurate description. As per usual, if you haven't seen the episode, definitely go and watch it before watching this. This is going to be filled with spoilers. So, let's start off with, it starts off with a bunch of accidents. They coined that term later on in the show. So it's focusing on a councilman, the hospital, and I can't tell if it's the police station or just wherever that captain is. Anyways, so councilman, his car gets TP'd. He's like, oh, I should give respect, I'm a city councilman, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, dude. Takes the TPA. And, hey, he doesn't even fucking get it all off. He just leaves it on and drives. Cuts to the captain in the elevator, and doctor going around with her patients. She was supposed to be off at 7, and it's like 8 or 9 now, or something like that. Yeah. So, anyways, as for the guy in the car, his car kind of gets, the brakes won't work. Why didn't he try his emergency brake? That's like, driving your car like that, your brakes don't work, you fucking try your emergency brake. Emergency brake probably would work because usually it bypasses any electrical systems that are in the car. He didn't know this. That's fine. That's fine. He didn't know that it was electrical system was making his brakes not work because it's an accident. But come on. Anybody that drives a car should know, if your brakes don't work, try your emergency brake. That's why there is an emergency brake. Alright, now that little rant is over with. So, the lights stop working, or just cars stop working, and they all just crash into each other in an intersection. Then you've got a elevator going haywire, killing Captain Pike, the police captain, that took over for Lance. And then you also have tech blowing up in the hospital, like electrocuting people. I don't know if it actually killed any of the nurses or doctors. Definitely killed patients. So we move on from there. We get a great shot at William and Oliver playing with the toy bows. Now, these are weird toy bows, and I'm wondering if Oliver was really that bad a shot, or if he let his son win. It's hard to tell because he did look slightly frustrated, and it's a dad thing to let them win. It's also a dad thing to not be able to play as well with the toys of things that he actually uses. So, yeah. Like I said, hard to tell. We'll find out. They seem to be settling in well with Felicity. Felicity's helping William with his homework. William still has a flash backpack. He's going off to some field trip, and he'd be gone for the full day. Yeah, and so yeah, they go from there, and they go to the Arrow Cave, where it's revealed all these accidents are happening. Felicity figures out they're accidents. Pun. In the cave we find out John's not just feeling better, he's feeling better than he's ever had before. Something funky, something a little hinky with that implant. Oh, I hope we find out. So, Felicity, Diggle, and Oliver all agree to loop in the other team with what's going on. So they do. They call, they loop him in. They're thanking her for the update, blah, 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 blah. Curtis is a smart person, and we know. I forgot what he did there, but he definitely did something stupid. T-spheres activate, and they have their vigilante tracking going. And, yeah, so vigilante, what they did is, it was a certain type of visor that they could track, because the tech and stuff it was made out of. So, they were able to track mentally dampen the field on it. Turns out either he forgot, or he's luring them into a trap. He undampened the field, and so they can find him. So Renee asks, "What? Your balls never malfunction?" Oh, Renee. Anyways, so they go from there to Curtis gets his suit up moment, and he wants them all to say it at once. They don't. He gets to say it by himself. And it's a nice sliding out suit rack. They're really settling into this place, and I like the look of it. I really hope that they keep it separate from the other team. I really enjoy this. I like where it's going. So yeah. Cut to the police station. It's in disarray because Captain Pike is dead. Mayor Queen, Oliver appoints Quentin Lance to lead the police force again. They want to set up safe zones in non-tech areas, like low to low tech, nothing connected to the internet. So people can come and feel safe if they want. This is Speedy's idea, I believe. And yeah, they set it all up, and Oliver goes to handle stuff at City Hall. While the other team is tracking down Vigilante, they don't find him, but he finds Curtis and gives Curtis information on a certain subways. So Curtis takes that information back with them in this team, doesn't tell his team where he got the information, but confirms where it is and how it works with Felicity. Anyways, I was getting ahead of myself. Of course, Oliver is back in the mayor's office. Grave gives a great speech. We don't, sorry, not yet. He doesn't give a quick speech yet. Sorry. He does give a quick speech with his constituents. It's not constituents, but his other council. They don't have time to mourn. They will have time to mourn later. Right now, they have to commit action. They have to do this, that, and the other thing. So, somebody says, his assistant says he has his 10 a.m. is here. He doesn't have a 10 a.m. on his schedule, but of course, this 10 a.m. is Ben Gale. The name sounds familiar, meant to look it up, but it's Caden James. Caden James was his 10 a.m. because he hacked into his assistant's computer and set himself up an appointment. So, Caden James' 10 a.m. comes in. What he wants is, he wants 10 million to an offshore account every night till he says so. From the thing that will bankrupt the city fairly quickly. And since he has mostly all control of this city, that's a thing. So, Caden also reveals that it has been exactly a year since his son died. The arrow missed his intended target. Arrow missed? So, arrow missed his intended target and hit his son instead. We'll circle back around to that, well, almost immediately. Because a year ago today, he was in Hub City, tracking down Dinah, the new Black Canary. He wasn't in Star City. But somebody in Star City killed Caden James' son. He received information, and that just led down to a twisty-turvy road that doesn't actually end anywhere. So Felicity can't reverse hack anything Caden James has done, because what they did is when she was in, so when Caden was going after the internet, that sounds like such a stupid statement. So when Caden James was going after the internet, and Felicity had to hack in past the walls, what it is Caden did that all as a divergence, so he could plant a virus within the internet itself, which will lead to him having complete control of. My brain hurts thinking about that. Long and short of it is, Felicity can't out-hack him. Alright, good. We'll move on. So what Caden's done is he starts crashing planes, and what essentially has happened right now is every exit from the city is blocked off. Every exit and entrance from the city is blocked off, except for one. That one is the tunnel in which William has to go through. So, of course, they freak out. Oliver suits up, and he shows Dig his new suit. He had Cisco whip something up for him. And it's just a little more color, and it's like a little more streamlined. It looks pretty badass. I love it. Dig still wants to be Arrow. And he misses it. He really does miss it. And he was hoping that he would be Green Arrow once his arm was fixed. But with everything that's happening with Caden, Oliver can't step away this time. So cut to the bus. They cut earlier to it. He was getting bullied. But so what it is they're stuck. They haven't been moving for a while now. Kids keep bullying William. Bus driver gets off. First of all, the bus driver's like, "Oh, everybody stay here. I'm going to go see what's happening." Really, guys? You're going to go see what's happening. Anyways, William realizes, after explosions, he gets every single person off that bus. He's like, "Alright, follow me. Everybody off the bus, blah, blah, blah." And he gets off last after getting his bully, who's freaking out, off. A sign falls, like one of those overhead signs saying, "Alright, stay in this lane for this." Just follow straight down, because it is a tunnel. This makes sense. It's in between him and William and the other kid, and William's escape. So of course, Spartan and Green Arrow come down. And it's not so much killing people, because they're just directing people out. Keep them moving. Alright, this is the exit. Go, 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 go. Move, 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 move. Green Arrow gets to the sign, gets that kid gone, moves the sign himself, gets William. William realizes that his father is still the Green Arrow. Now they all head back out to the cave. So, we cut to the Arrow Cave. William's there hanging out. He knows he's silent, cold, potentially angry, or mistrustful. Anyways, not sure. Oliver rushes off to be mayor. We cut back to the other team. Curtis, I think it's Curtis. Anyways, somebody has a team name idea. That team name idea? The Outsiders. Stolen from the Bat Family, but I still love it, and it still works better than New Team Arrow. So Curtis reveals where he got the information. Distrust with the team already. That's gotta be a freaking record, even for an Oliver team, man. So team distrust. Is Vigilante really a turncoat? Diana doesn't believe so after what he did to her. But in all fairness, he was trying to tell you something, Dinah, and then you handcuffed him immediately. I kind of get why he kind of just knocked you out and played along, which turns out to be a really good thing, because Caden James has been filming him. So, yeah, it's all about who they should trust, and yeah. So we cut to, nobody's going to the shelters. They're just too scared to go out. And then, so nobody's going to the shelters. The interactions between Quentin and Thea are really great. Every time I say that, I think of another person. I watch a review show, and a certain person keeps making jokes that that they're kind of like more than just father-daughter chemistry, and it's creepy because he's really old enough to be her father, and her, yeah. So, all right. So yeah. So someone is clearly pitting Caden versus Oliver. Somebody sent Caden information about the Green Arrow killing his son, knowing that Caden would go on this big revenge. Diggle reveals to Felicity that he wants to be back in the hood. I mentioned this earlier, and yeah, he wants to be back. Were Pike, Gregor, the councilman, and Doc all targeted? You know, by the end of this episode, I don't think so, but it's a good question because those are characters we either know before or were apparently important councilmen, and yeah, so keep going. So excellent press for Oliver. Reveals it's Caden James. These areas are accident free. Some more techno babble. He does a great speech, and we have survived worse than you. And this encourages people to come, and people start coming in droves. So we cut to the other team. They want to do a pro-con style. What are the pros, the cons of doing this? What are the pros and cons of following Vigilante and figuring out, like, using Vigilante, essentially? Alright. So, we cut back to the Arrow. William wants the truth. Felicity's being a good in-between for Oliver and William. Yeah, just kind of like a mom between two stubborn son and father. Makes sense. It's very well acted. Every time she's with William, it's really great. It took them a while to find this character, but they really found this character, and yeah, he's so much better than Ruby on Supergirl. So much better. So they got another tip from Vince, which of course they share with Team Arrow, and they decide to take this tip. The tip is these safety zones they've set up are going to be attacked because they have the manpower for it, so they're all there ready for it. I think Wild Dog tried to make an Escape from New York reference. He called it like Escape from Chicago or something like that. I'm like, alright. Kurt's really talking too much. And yeah, so we cut to, they start defending this place. Like, armed gunmen show up. It's great tracking. Like, I can't follow very well, but I know when I see a great action sequence. And all of them defending these people was a great sequence. Felicity brings William over, and she says, as she looks at the Black Canary outfit, heroes don't always make it home, and we've realized this. Felicity and William are great together. Alright, so yeah, they're all battling. Felicity's there with William, showing him what his father does, and well, he stabs a guy, and she's like, oh, but maybe shouldn't have shown you that. But yeah, a couple great moments with them. Like I said, Felicity and William, they're really great together. So we cut back to the action sequence. Wild Dog is... Somebody comes up behind Wild Dog. Wild Dog doesn't see. He was about to kill Wild Dog, and Vigilante shoots him in the back. Vigilante, that means Vigilante shot... He is turncoat, and he shot one of Caden's lieutenants. That guy I can never remember the name of, and I'm glad he's dead now, so That's 2 down from Caden's side. So yeah, Caden's down at least 1 lieutenant. 2 probably because he'll realize Vigilante was a turncoat. Yeah. Caden shuts down all communication after that, and they have a little family meeting between Felicity, Oliver, and William. Will gets it, and William is far more comfortable with him being Green Arrow because he has somebody else now. Like, it's kind of creepy, but well, he's a very smart kid. Like, he's doing 12th grade calculus in whatever, however fuck old he is. So he realizes now that he has Felicity there for him, if Oliver was to pass away, he wouldn't be an orphan. And as cold as that is, and sad as that is, it makes sense. With Felicity there, he can still worry about Oliver, but he has a backup. He has somebody to be there with him. And it's bittersweet. Yeah, and at the end, Oliver wires the money. I am stunned. And yeah. Well, that's where we're going from here. I do have a couple more notes. Let me go over them. I'll be right back to you. Alright, so, they have him at a stalemate. Ollie didn't kill his son. There's proof, there's video evidence, and potentially video evidence, some sort of evidence that Ollie killed. Obviously, he didn't kill him. And could it have been Roy Harper? Well, we know Roy Harper's good as a bow. He looks very similar to Oliver in the Green Hood, and he's taken the fall for Oliver before. So if he came back while Oliver was gone, to take some sort of personal thing, it also makes sense why he would have missed. Because it's not Oliver, it's Roy. Or it could be Vincent, it's Vincent, Vigilante, that's it. Or it could have been Vigilante, but somebody is masterminding this. I don't know who. There is a mastermind behind this, and I can't wait to reveal it. Anyways, so that has been my recap and review of Arrow, Season 6, Episode 11, They Fall. And, sorry, They Fall or We Fall? It is We Fall. Anyways, the previous episode was called Divided. So, these 2 episodes are Divided, We Fall. And that proves it. Working as separate teams, they did really well, and they would come together for one big thing. I like this. I kind of hope they call them the Outsiders. Yeah. So, I would say this is a solid 3 out of 5 Arrowheads. I really enjoyed it. Maybe closer to 4, but like it's definitely a 3. Like, it's not the best episode, but there were great moments. No, let's call it 4 because the great moments, the great acting in it, the really fleshing out of William's character really makes this work. So that's 4 out of 5 Arrowheads for me. That has been my recap and review of Arrow. So like, comment, share, please. I'll meet you down in the comments below. Let me know how you thought of this, what you thought of this episode. Thanks a lot. I love you guys. Later.